Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. The 2010 United States 1 cent coin, more commonly called the Lincoln cent or penny, is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that first began in 1909. The year 2010 marked the beginning of a new chapter for the penny's design, because it was the first year the Union Shield reverse replaced the special bicentennial reverses of 2009, which had celebrated Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. Thus, the 2010 penny stands out in American coinage history as a transitional issue uniting the long-standing obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln with a new reverse emblem designed to symbolize the strength and unity of the United States. The obverse front of the 2010 penny continued to bear the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. This design, introduced in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to depict a real person rather than allegorical figures like Liberty. Lincoln's bust faces right, with his stern yet thoughtful expression immortalizing him as the savior of the Union during the Civil War. Above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust," first introduced on the penny in 1909. To the left of Lincoln is the Liberty, a reminder of the core American ideal. To the right of Lincoln is the date 2010, which may be followed by a mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco, proof coins only. The reverse, back, of the 2010 penny featured a completely new design for the Lincoln cent series, the Union Shield, designed by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena. The shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, joined together under a horizontal bar symbolizing federal unity. Across the horizontal bar is the inscription E pluribus unum, out of many, one, the national motto that highlights unity among diversity. A wide scroll stretches across the shield's face, inscribed with the coin's denomination, 1 cent. At the top along the rim appears the United States of America. The symbolism of this shield connects directly to Abraham Lincoln's legacy. His leadership preserved the United States as one nation during its greatest trial, the Civil War. The composition and physical characteristics of the 2010 penny follow the standards in place since 1982. The coin is made of 97.5% zinc with 2.5% copper plating, giving it a copper-colored appearance while keeping production costs low. It weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inch, and a plain, smooth edge. The plating makes the coin shine like copper when new, but over time the coins darken to reddish-brown or dull brown hues. Because of the zinc core, 2010 pennies can corrode if the copper layer wears away, leading to pitting or holes. The mintage of 2010 pennies was extremely high, as pennies remain in great demand for circulation despite their declining use in commerce. The Philadelphia Mint produced about 1.63 billion coins, the Denver Mint struck around 2.03 billion, and the San Francisco Mint made smaller quantities of proof coins for collectors. Combined, more than 3.6 billion pennies were struck in 2010, making them extremely common. Thus, 2010 pennies are frequently encountered in pocket change across the country. The historical importance of the 2010 penny lies in its introduction of the Union Shield reverse. In 2009, the U.S. Mint issued 4 special designs on the penny's reverse to commemorate Lincoln's life: his Kentucky log cabin birth, his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and his presidency in Washington, D.C. After those bicentennial designs concluded, the Mint introduced the Union Shield in 2010 as the new permanent reverse for the Lincoln cent. This change gave the penny a fresh appearance while maintaining continuity with Lincoln's image on the obverse. From a numismatic standpoint, the 2010 penny is considered a modern common issue with little value beyond face value in circulated condition. However, collectors seek out high-grade, uncirculated examples, and especially proof coins from San Francisco, which feature sharp detail and mirror-like fields. In addition, there are known error varieties such as double dies off-center strikes, or misaligned dies that can make specific 2010 pennies far more valuable. Careful examination by collectors and graders is required to identify these varieties. The symbolism of the 2010 penny is profound. Lincoln's obverse portrait links the coin to over a century of tradition, reminding Americans of leadership, emancipation, and the preservation of democracy. The new shield reverse emphasizes national unity and strength concepts directly tied to Lincoln's role in keeping the United States together during the Civil War. Together, these two designs encapsulate the essence of Lincoln's legacy and the ideals of the nation he helped preserve. The appearance of the 2010 penny when freshly struck is bright and coppery, appealing in its luster. In circulation, the coins quickly develop a duller look, losing their shine as they darken. Because of the zinc core, they are less durable than earlier bronze pennies and often show wear or environmental damage more easily. Nevertheless, uncirculated rolls and mint sets preserve pristine examples, which remain popular among collectors. The economic debate about the penny continued in 2010, as the cost of producing the coin exceeded its face value. Many economists and policymakers argued that the penny should be discontinued, but strong public attachment to the coin, combined with the iconic status of Lincoln's portrait, ensured its survival. In many ways, the 2010 penny symbolizes this tension between tradition and modern efficiency. Next, the United States 1-cent coin of 2011, known popularly as the Lincoln cent or simply the penny, belongs to one of the most familiar and iconic coin series in the history of American coinage. Since 1909, the penny has borne the image of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the longest continuously running coin design in U.S. mint history. The 2011 issue continued the new Union Shield reverse which had been introduced in 2010 after the four bicentennial designs of 2009. Thus, the 2011 penny represents both continuity and renewal, holding firmly to Lincoln's portrait while offering a fresh, symbolic reverse design that emphasizes the strength of national unity. The obverse front of the 2011 penny features the enduring portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Lincoln's bust faces right, showing his thoughtful and dignified demeanor, a symbol of his role as the savior of the Union during the Civil War. Above his head arches the national motto, "In God We Trust," adopted widely on coins during the Civil War era. To Lincoln's left is the inscription, "Liberty," serving as a reminder of the principles for which Lincoln fought. To the right, the date 2011 appears, followed by a mint mark indicating the coin's origin, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, used on proof coins. The reverse, back, design of the 2011 penny continues the Union Shield motif, crafted by artist Lindelbase and sculpted by Joseph Mena. This shield carries 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, joined under a broad horizontal bar symbolizing federal unity. Atop the bar appears the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. A timeless declaration of national cohesion. A scroll draped across the shield bears the denomination 1 cent, while the legend, United States of America, encircles the upper rim. The Union Shield directly connects to Abraham Lincoln's legacy, since he was the leader most responsible for preserving the Union during its darkest trial. The specifications of the 2011 penny reflect the modern standard introduced in 1982. The coin is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin 2.5% copper plating, creating the appearance of traditional copper while relying on a cheaper core metal. Its weight is 2.5 grams. The diameter is 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inches, and it has a plain, smooth edge. Freshly minted coins gleam with a bright copper-red shine, but in circulation, pennies from 2011 gradually darken to reddish-brown or brown shades due to oxidation. The zinc core makes them lighter than earlier bronze cents and more prone to corrosion if the copper surface layer wears away. The mintage of the 2011 penny was extraordinarily high, reflecting the continuing demand for pennies despite their low purchasing power. At the Philadelphia Mint, more than 2.84 billion were struck. The Denver Mint produced roughly 2.53 billion. The San Francisco Mint issued smaller quantities for proof sets, typically in the millions. Combined, over 5.3 billion pennies dated 2011 entered circulation, ensuring their common presence across the United States. The historical context of the 2011 penny situates it within the broader debate over the future of the denomination. By 2011, it cost more than 1 cent to manufacture and distribute each penny, raising questions in Congress and among economists about whether the coin should be retired. Nevertheless, tradition, Lincoln's portrait, and public sentiment ensured that production continued. At the same time, the Union Shield reverse design was still relatively new, having been introduced just 1 year earlier in 2010, giving the 2011 issue added symbolic importance as part of this fresh stage in the coin's long life. From a numismatic perspective, the 2011 penny is a modern circulation strike and is extremely common. In circulated grades, it holds no premium above face value. However, uncirculated, UNC examples with strong luster are sought after by collectors filling date and mint mark albums. The proof coins minted in San Francisco carry special value because of their deep mirror-like fields and frosted devices, which highlight the beauty of the shield design. Moreover, collectors remain alert for error varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, or improperly plated planchets from the 2011 issues, which though rare, can significantly raise the coin's market value. The symbolism of the 2011 penny cannot be overstated. Lincoln's obverse portrait remains a powerful tribute to leadership, emancipation, and the preservation of democracy. The reverse shield amplifies this symbolism by focusing on national unity, federal strength, and the endurance of the American experiment. Taken together, the coin functions not merely as a monetary unit, but as a compact work of national art tying everyday commerce to historical memory. The appearance and condition of 2011 pennies vary depending on circulation. Coins fresh from the mint appear bright red with sharp details, especially in uncirculated rolls or mint sets. As they circulate, their surfaces dull and darken, with many taking on brown or even blackish hues. Because the zinc core corrodes when exposed, some 2011 pennies in circulation today show pitting or surface bubbles. For collectors, the most desirable specimens are those preserved in pristine uncirculated or proof condition, as these retain their sharp strike and brilliance. The economic role of the penny in 2011 was diminishing, but it remained embedded in everyday transactions and cultural habits. Retailers still use prices ending in .99 or .95, ensuring the penny's continued relevance in cash exchanges. Public opinion strongly favored keeping the coin, not only for practical reasons but also because it carried Lincoln's image, which Americans regarded as a national treasure. Next, the United States 1-cent coin of 2013, more commonly called the Lincoln cent or simply the penny, is one of the most widely recognized and circulated coins in the world. First introduced in 1909 to mark the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The 2013 issue belongs to the Shield Reverse series introduced in 2010, which replaced the 4 bicentennial reverses of 2009 and the long-running Lincoln Memorial Reverse, 1959-2008. Despite its very small denomination, the 2013 penny serves as a cultural and historical symbol of both the nation and its 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. The obverse, front, of the 2013 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This portrait, introduced in 1909, has endured with only slight modifications and shows Lincoln facing right with a solemn yet dignified expression. Above his head is the national motto, "In God We Trust," which first appeared on U.S. coins during the Civil War and has been standard on the penny since 1909. To the left of Lincoln is the word "Liberty," reminding Americans of the ideals Lincoln defended. To the right, the date 2013 appears, along with the mint mark indicating where the coin was struck, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco, in proof issues. The reverse, back, of the 2013 penny bears the Union Shield design created by Lindelbase and sculpted by Joseph Mena of the U.S. Mint. This reverse was introduced in 2010 as part of a redesign to honor Lincoln's preservation of the Union. The shield has 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies joined together under a broad horizontal bar symbolizing federal unity. Atop the shield is the E pluribus unum, out of many, one, the traditional motto of the United States. Across the center of the shield is a horizontal scroll inscribed with 1 cent, while the words United States of America arch along the upper rim. The symbolism of the shield emphasizes national strength and unity, echoing Lincoln's role during the Civil War in preserving the Union. The technical specifications of the 2013 penny reflect the modern standard adopted in 1982. The coin is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, giving it a copper-colored appearance while using a cheaper core metal. It has a weight of 2.5 grams, a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, 0.75 inch, and a plain, smooth edge. This composition was chosen because the cost of producing bronze pennies, 95% copper, had become too high by the early 1980s. The 2013 penny, like all zinc-based cents, is lighter than its earlier bronze predecessors and has a different feel when handled. The mintage of the 2013 penny was very high, as pennies remain in constant demand for circulation despite their low purchasing power. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 3.1 billion pennies, the Denver Mint produced about 3.3 billion, and the San Francisco Mint struck proof issues in smaller numbers for collector sets. In total, over 6.5 billion pennies dated 2013 were minted, making it one of the most common coins of the year. This enormous output ensures that the 2013 penny is widely available and frequently encountered in pocket change throughout the United States. The historical context of 2013 adds layers of significance to the coin. At the time, Debates were ongoing in Congress and the Treasury about whether the penny should continue to be produced, since it cost more to manufacture than its face value, about 1.8 cents to make a single penny in 2013. Despite this, the penny remained in production due to public attachment to the coin and its role in retail transactions. Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history, continued to symbolize unity, freedom, and equality, values highly relevant in modern American political and cultural discussions. From a numismatic perspective, the 2013 penny is considered common and holds little value beyond face value in circulated condition. However, coins in uncirculated (UNC) or brilliant uncirculated (BU) condition, especially those sold in U.S. mint sets, are of more interest to collectors. The proof versions struck in San Francisco carry a higher level of desirability due to their mirror-like surfaces and frosted details. Additionally, collectors search for error varieties such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned dies from 2013 issues. While rare, such errors can make an otherwise ordinary penny significantly more valuable. The design symbolism of the 2013 penny ties together two powerful icons: the portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the Union shield on the reverse. Together, they highlight Lincoln's personal role in preserving the United States as one nation during its most perilous time. The Civil War. The shield emphasizes the strength of unity, while Lincoln's portrait reminds Americans of leadership, perseverance, and the sacrifices made for freedom. The appearance of 2013 pennies varies depending on circulation. Freshly struck coins have a bright, almost shiny red copper luster from the plating. Over time, they tend to darken to a reddish-brown or dull brown color due to oxidation. Because the zinc core is prone to corrosion if the copper plating wears through, some 2013 pennies may show pitting or damage if exposed to moisture. Well-preserved uncirculated examples retain their brilliance and sharp detail, making them the preferred specimens for collectors. The legal tender status of the penny remains, but its economic role has been under debate for decades. By 2013, the penny's value had been so eroded by inflation that it no longer had meaningful purchasing power. Nonetheless, it continued to play a role in pricing, vending machines, and public psychology. Many Americans feel strongly attached to the coin and to Lincoln's portrait as a national symbol. The ongoing penny debate reflects the tension between tradition and practicality in modern U.S. coinage policy. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.